What the? Oh, wait, okay. I was like, does she have Kay in, like, a chokehold? No, she has a grip on her shoulder, and Kay is, like, in pain, grabbing her arm. Gumshoe, could you please move a little to the left, please? I'm begging you. Better late than never, I guess, sir. I was placed on guard duty for the Babalese embassy today. And why are police guarding an embassy? Well, on account of the card they got from the Yatagarasu, they called us up and asked for our help, sir. Oh, and because we've been searching for the Yatagarasu these past 7 years. It was more or less mutually beneficial arrangement, if you ask me. Except for how mutually unbeneficial this has all turned out to be, I suppose. Looks like you failed to competently perform your guard duties, yet again. Look forward to your next salary negotiation, although it is out of my hands. But sir, if it gets cut anymore, I won't be able to buy even packet noodles anymore. Alright, so we're with Gumshoe right now. Mr. Edgeworth, there's still something on this display rack! Knives. Well. And one's missing. All the blades are all that remain of them, unfortunately. I guess the handles all got burned off. I
don't know whose bright idea was to have decorative knives without like a display case over them. In like, you know, right by like a very tense like political region.
Yeah. Ah, so even the knives fell victim to the fire. Ambassador Palladino, are these knives yours? Why, yes, they are. They are a special set of ornament knives featuring the national symbol of Babal. These butterfly-themed knives, along with an alabaster set of knives, are comprised of 3 knives each. But I can't believe the Babalese ones have been reduced to this state.
The way you're voicing it here just makes them seem so sleazy.
The ornamental knives, huh? There's a small release on the tang of this blade. Ambassador Papalino? Palladino. What is the notch here for? Oh, that! It's a feature of these knives where you can freely exchange the handles on them. Oh, that's not gonna be fucking. So that we can change how they look to fit the situation, of course. I see. So these knives were constructed so that the handles would be easily removed. Why? Why would you? Why? What is this man's first name? Colias Palino. Okay. Okay, so it's just the full thing. Alright, I didn't know if we could investigate him.
Oh, good.
Alright, we didn't even get any logic out of that. These shelves are lined with American souvenirs and memorabilia. It's really strange, isn't it? I mean, I thought this was the Babalese embassy. Look at that. This St. Louis Arch. Statue of Liberty.
Liberty.
Perhaps the Babalese are studying American culture and tourism industry. If they have plans to make the Babalese tourism industry truly flourish, then they would need to observe and study other countries' methods, I suppose. Speaking of tourism, I got these from the blonde guy earlier, sir. He said that if I bring these with me to Babal, I can trade them in for a few buffets. Oh, so how do you expect to travel to Babal? Well, the whole world is connected by the ocean, sir. And for all you can eat buffet, I swim all the way to Babal if I had to.
Yeah.
And a few simple coupons really motivate people to do such fantastic things. My God.
Oh my God.
We'll get to you in a minute, okay? Just stay calm. Because this is a national treasure, can I ask that you please not touch it? I'm afraid the only ones allowed to touch it are myself and the Secretariat. But there's possibility that is related to the murder, wouldn't you agree? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, why don't we give up for now? We can force them to let us investigate it later, then when we have some solid proof. I suspect I don't have a choice here. This must be one of the Prima Duck statues Kay was talking about earlier. Is it just me, or does this man look just like the Steel Samurai? They could be twins! My God!
My God!
What are you doing? Whatever. No, behind the dead! So our victim was the Secretariat of this embassy, I take it.
Manny Cochin. I thought he was an admirable person. Very admirable.
Ah. The guy that committed murder. Very memorable. The cause of death is a stab to the base of his neck. He was lax in watching his back.
We were fortunate that the fire missed our victim's body for the most part. If the fire had burned a bit longer, it would have made identifying him a hassle.
So Mr. Cochin was stabbed to death in the middle of a raging fire. What in the world happened inside this room? I won't rest until I have his nook and cranny. A knife.
Knife.
Is this knife the murder weapon? Oh, it's not a bronze knife. It's just covered in a lot of blood.
Yeah, no, that's just a lot of blood.
Jesus, man bled more than like a hemophiliac.
He did get stabbed in like the neck.
Yeah, I guess that is a bleedy part.
It's very bleedy.
Some preliminary testing has been conducted. According to the results, the blood on that matches the victim's blood. The blade's sharp was also found to be consistent with the stab wound. I suppose this means that we now know that the crime was committed with this knife. This knife's gotta be some really fancy ornamentation going on, huh, sir? This thing practically screamed artsy to me, too. Although, it's also covered in blood, just like the last thing that I said it was artsy. The statue.
Oh my god.
There's a reference!
But the handle is pristine. There's not a single drop of blood on it. Speaking of that handle, I believe it has a butterfly motif. It's very beautiful.
So are we going to just ignore the fact they made butterfly-themed knives, but didn't make them butterfly knives?
Yeah.
That totally doesn't bother me. What do you got over here in your pocket, friend?
What's in your pocket?
There appears to be something in his pocket. This key.
Oh, shit!
It's the Yatakarasu's key that was stolen 7 years ago. Where's Callisto? Where's that motherfucker?
What? But that's...
Where's that bitch?
Where is it?
Oh, 7 years ago. Oh! You mean that case where I was framed? Yes, it's the piece of evidence that stole the life of Kay's father 7 years ago. I'm right over here, you know.
Can you talk about my dead dad?
Which was then stolen by Callisto Yu. What? Mr. Faraday was killed with this key, sir. I thought he was killed with a knife. Ah.
Scruffy, at the very least, try to remember the details of the crimes you were a suspect in.
Francisca, as you will recall, Detective Gumshoe was not present when Miss Yoon made her escape. Plus, even among law enforcement, only a few knew of this key's existence. I doubt that a new rookie at the time would have been privy to such knowledge. I feel like the victim right now, all tribalized, so... I suppose I'll just have to fill you in now. Just in case it's been like, say, a couple of weeks since the last time you played. Secret to this key is, it flips open into a knife from a button. Whee! Oh, that's amazing! So it's like some kind of magic trick. Alright. What?
Oh, it has the flower and the butterfly symbols on it.
Oh, I knew it. It's the same exact piece of evidence that Miss Yu took with her. I remember this beautiful pattern on the blade.
I remember this as well. It's a vine motif, isn't it?
Yes, it looks like two interwoven vines crisscrossing down the blade. A metaphor. Vines, sir. I think it looks like a bunch of stars, if you ask me. It's one of those six-sided stars, just like the police mark on our IDs. I really don't think you could call these stars. To say that the detective's art sense is underdeveloped would be an understatement.
The real question is why was the Babalis, okay. Why was the Babalis embassy secretaries holding this?
While we don't know how Mr. Cochin came to possess this key, we do know that this was stolen by the Edgarasu from the Cadopian embassy.
That's right. Mr. Faraday had written that fact down in his organizer.
You just pop up on screen. All the evidence from the last case was added. To
All
the
the evidence.
I believe this means that further research is required in the country of Cadopia.
Why don't you ask Ambassador Palino about what he knows? Supposedly, he was a candidate to be the next Cadopian ambassador once long ago. He should be able to answer any specific questions you may have.
Face. This man. Where do I know him from? It's not like we've been saying his name this whole time. Alright, is that it? I'm assuming that's probably it. Alright, check. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's check on Kay real quick. She seems to not be having a good time.
Yeah,
In like standing there in stagnant space. Kay, are you alright? Kay.
You believe me, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth? You don't think I did it, right?
Yes, of course I don't, and I promise to prove that it wasn't you. That's enough chit-chat. You can investigate all you like, but it's only a matter of time before we take her. It would be wise of you to give up while you can. No, I don't think so. Kay isn't lying, and my investigation will prove that to be true. Bitch. Go ahead and try then, if you're that confident. I can't allow this to continue on. I can't allow this to continue on this way. I must prove her innocence post-haste. A small personal safe.
This is Mr. Cushin's office.
Now, I was curious about the safe, because if people are saying, you know, it's a thief, then, you know, I want to get to the safe.
It's a thief. So perhaps he stored his most important documents in here.
Of course it's locked. It appears we won't be able to open it without the key. Oh, it's locked! Yeah! The safe isn't touched! Bada bing, bada boom.
Wasn't touched, bada boom.
Yeah, I just wanted to see what logic we had. I don't think there's anything. Oh, there's something to examine. The ceiling fan must have fallen from the ceiling. And this ground is the ground.
And these walls have paper.
And my hair is blue. Ceiling fan. What does one of those do?
Gumshoe.
Exactly what it sounds like it does. It's a fan that is installed on one ceiling. Woo!
Invigorating.
Well, if I had one of those in my room, I bet I'd go dizzy from staring at it as I slept. Detective Gumshoe, in the real world, we'd close our eyes when we sleep. Is that all that was? Oh, good God. Alright. Hello, funny man. I can't believe that Manny fell among the thieves tonight. Without him, I have no idea what my schedule for tonight is. Ambassador Palino, I believe your schedule tonight will consist of listening to reports from the police. That and only that. I ask you to cooperate not only for your own sake, but for Mr. Cochin's as well. You're rather strong, man, aren't you? How fascinating! Here, I know it isn't much, but I'd like you to have these. I'm sorry, but it would be against my principles to accept a bribe. What are these? 5 goober dollars. Valid currency at any goofy goober establishment. Oh, no. These are simply coupons we distribute to promote Babal. Remember, we offer a large number of discounts and offers when you visit lovely Babal. Now I remember the Republic of Babal is known for its feverish tourism industry. Alright, tell me about Manny. I was wondering if you might tell me a bit about the deceased, Manny Cochin. He was my secretary and the embassy's secretariat, charged with running the whole place. He was an admirable man. His death is a great loss to our country. He was in charge of everything, accounting, printing, taking care of our national treasures. I'm sorry, but did you say printing? Our country's primary source of revenue is our tourism industry. So in order for us to print the necessary pamphlets, flyers, coupons, etc., we have a printing press here at our embassy. I see. Please excuse my forwardness, however. I feel I should mention that I have the distinct impression that I've met him before. That face. It's a face only a murderer could ever have. Oh, yes, since you are of the legal profession, I suppose you might just have. After all, Manny was involved in the KG8 incident. KG8 incident. By God!
My God!
The defendant, who was found innocent in that case, was Manny. So your Mr. Cochin is the same man as the one in that case. It's been 10 years. Manny resolved personally from the case and dove enthusiastically into his job. He was the one who planned this event and was to oversee this embassy's renovations. It really is a shame he had such a bright future ahead of him. Wow!
Ah!
Whoa, crazy that he died. Whoa.
Crazy!
No, that's crazy. Oh, that's pamphlets. I can't check. I want to check the thing. Oh, there. Wow, look at how good that writing is.
Wow.
Alright. What exactly did you mean earlier by renovations? We can't have our tourists and visitors to our embassy think we're poor nation, can we? We can't let them know we're broke. So renovating the embassy is something of an investment. We may have a rather paltry budget, but we're trying our best to make do. However, I guess the only person who could have helped us do our best is no longer with us. Thank you for keeping that one short. Oh. Ambassador Paulino, I was wondering if I may ask you about Cadopia. Cadopia, alright, what would you like to talk about? First, I'd like to ask you about this key. What about this key? I found it sticking out of Mr. Cochin's pocket. I believe it originally belonged to this embassy. Is that correct? Upon closer inspection, it seems that this key is shaped like a butterfly. Fucking crazy! That's not all about this key. It's also capable of changing into a knife. A butterfly knife. Because it's a butterfly.
It's a butterfly knife.
Oh, how fascinating! It is possible that the ambassador didn't know about the existence of this key. In its knife form, there are flower marks at the base of the blade. I guess this knife might be from when we used to be a part of Cadopia. And how did you come to that conclusion? It has both of Cadopia's national symbols, the butterfly and the flower. I suppose Miss Manny used this key here at the embassy back when we were still Cadopia. Was he a part of the... Well, I guess...
It was an embassy.
So it was still Cadopia 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Back in the last case. So we have to keep that in mind as we go forward. That's you, by the way.
Oh, sorry. Ambassador Paulino, this key was stolen from the Cadopian embassy 7 years ago. By Callisto Yu, otherwise the great thief yet Grasu.
You just hear every time her name says is K in the background. Fucking bitch! Oh, really? You were not aware that Miss Yu had broken into this embassy at that time? I'm sorry, I can't be of much help. I'm not very familiar with our details. Only became the ambassador of the ball after its own independent. After Babal became its own independent nation. But if Manny was still alive, he'd probably know what happened back then. Well, sucks that he's dead. Mr. Coach and Miss Yu knew each other 7 years ago. But that doesn't explain why I found the Yatagarasu's key here in the present. Can I ask him about the key? Oh. Oh, wait, yeah, I forgot I'm doing this wrong. Present. Key. Ambassador Paulino, I was wondering if you might have some thoughts on this. I think that you would know more about the case than I. So the fucking, you and your goddamn coupons. Get out of my face.
Fuck your coupons.
Tell me about the knife. Oh dear. If people were to find out that a murder occurred at our embassy, the number of tourists would plummet, as would our revenues. It would be a disaster. Your embassy caught on fire as well. Are we not worried about the arson?
Like, someone fucking died.
What are we going to do? He really does seem worried. Perhaps I should refrain from bringing this up. Okay, I guess we'll talk to Francisca now.
My name is Edgeworth.
Dear sister.
Let me tell you something. You are currently my subordinate. And if you wish to convince everyone else of that, You will speak with me with respect.
What's with the giddy glint in her eyes? I don't think that will really be necessary, Francisca.
Oh, really? Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the fact that you are still under me.
Under my boot heel, you pig.
Bitch.
I am the dominant one now. So then why is she here at this embassy? Why is Francisca at an embassy on international soil? The murder.
I was investigating at the Albastian embassy when I got a wind of this mess.
Oh, you know, the wind, aka the fire. Did the other part of the embassy catch fire, or just half of it?
No, I think the Yatagrasu was spotted at the Albastian embassy when the fire happened at the Balbal side of it.
Yeah, so so for sure Kay did not see the Yatagarasu if they were in the Albastian, if the suspicious person was here on the Babal side.
Yeah. Yes, but the difference is that we didn't have a fire over there. Although there was an incident in the Albastian embassy as well. But I left Agent Lang in charge of that case and came over to the Balbastalis embassy.
God damn it!
Fuck!
So Agent Lang is here as well, huh?
I see you've met. As if you couldn't figure it out since Sheena is here. Well, he's in the Albastian embassy acting as bodyguard for the Ambassador Alba.
Ah.
However, he seems to have a different reason for being here.
Oh, I wonder. Yatagarasu.
So the suspect in the murder that occurred in this office is that little girl I see.
It's not her. I'll protect her with my life.
Is she perhaps trying to be the Yatagarasu?
Kay would never harm a soul, sir.
Kay?
Yes, she's my daughter. I have adopted her. Anyways. You remember, do you not, about the case we...
Edgeworth, it's been like fucking 1 day.
Oh, no. Do you remember, do you not, about the case we investigated 7 years ago? That girl is the daughter of the victim on that case, Mr. Faraday.
So she's that feisty little girl.
That little girl that kicked you square in the dick.
Like twice.
Awful. Great for me, awful for you. Kay has been on the trail of the Yatagarasu, which is how she ended up here. Looking for the one who took her father's life.
I see.
Kay's trying so hard, but you know what? The Yatagarasu just keeps tricking on us all. How so? The Yatagarasu sent a card saying, I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret. But all we've had is an arson and a murder. The lab boys are going in circles. Oh, man. It makes me think of LA Noire when you get thrown on arson because you're such a fuck up. And back in the day, arson was pretty much impossible to catch.
Oh my god.
All the evidence was gone. Though people didn't know. Have you played LA Noire?
I've never played LA Noire.
Do you know anything about LA Noire?
Not really.
Other than the line me and Led quote all the time.
Not really.
Alright, well that might be what I don't know about that one. Because LA Noire is very graphic. Like, it shows a lot of it. Streaming it would be really difficult. Like I would have to censor a lot of titty. But it's a lot of dead woman titty. You know what this is, sirs? It's a breach of contract and it's going on the rap sheet.
If you ask me, I'm perfectly fine with the fact that nothing was stolen tonight.
I do wonder, though, if Callisto Yu really is the Yatagarasu. Okay, looks like we just got a bunch of logic we gotta work out. Alright!
Let's do some thonking! Stealing a secret in the locked safe?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because the safe's locked, so he wasn't in the safe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
Alright, rad, off to a great start.
I'll give you 1 second. I'm gonna go get a drink real quick.
Alright, while you do that, I'm gonna go get food then. God, I don't know any of what to... I'm gonna guess that's why Francisca's here.
Maybe.
Hey.
Yeah!
To steal your dirtiest secret. Is it possible that the dirty secret the Yatagarasu was out to steal is in this very room?
Dirty secret?
Francisca, you're in pursuit of some dirty, underhanded dealings yourself, are you not? Oh, she thinks it's connected to the smugglers.
Oh.
And we know it is! Because of the fact that I don't know if you remember how the third case ended.
Oh god, it's been a while.
Something tells me that this is no coincidence.
In that case, then, the person I'm looking for is here in the Bubblese embassy, huh? The head of the smuggling operation.
My god. Alright, we'll leave everything else for now. Francisca, when we last talked, you said you were on the trail of a smuggling ring. I suppose the reason you are here now is related to that?
Yes. After analyzing the intel we've gathered from the various countries, this embassy rose to the top of our list of sites to investigate.
Oh, fine.
And that's what tipped us off.
This accounting document.
It's only one page of the whole thing, so we're not sure about all the details.
Okay, so the country we were dealing with in the second case that was involved with the smuggling ring was Borginia. Is this like more worldwide than we think it is, or is all of a sudden some random person's gonna walk in and be like, "Oh, didn't you know Borginia is the third country?" No one ever talks about this.
However, it's enough for us to grab onto the tail of the beast. For you see, this type of paper is made only in the kingdom of Cadopia.
I'm sorry, what?
How the fuck can they tell that?
You see this, Edgeworth? Double laminated. There's only one woman I know who double laminates her stuff, and it's Miss Phillips down at the library. It's her, I know it.
Which means that somewhere in the country of Alabas and Babal is the head.
Like, how? This is a valid question. How the fuck do you know that this is special paper? I know. It just looks like paper.
The one pulling the strings behind the entire smuggling ring.
That's Francisca for you. She's amazing, pursuing this case with all she has. What the fuck? Oh, that's fun. Fork totally did just fall on the thing of barbecue sauce. I'll put it like that, it won't fall again. Alright, let's check this. Oh, okay, I guess I'm just not allowed to read it.
We can't read it.
Oh, it's probably,
we're not allowed.
Is it in a different language? Is that what it is?
It might be.
You! Look at this! Son of a bitch! Gumshoe, help! You still... The murder. When you were on guard duty, did you notice anything unusual? Excuse me. Well, I was on watch inside the embassy, but unfortunately, I didn't run into the Yatagarasu, sir. But I did talk to an officer who was on duty near the border between the two embassies. He told me that not a single person crossed the boundary during the incident. I see. But didn't Kay cross the boundaries?
She crossed one of them.
Are they talking?
They let her the fuck in.
Specifically from the two other. Oh, Jim putting the hire out investigating. Wait, is the fire still going on? Are we inside a burning building?
I don't think so.
I'd like an update on how the investigation is going. Well, pretty fucking bad. It's going. In other words, no one has any idea what happened here, correct? To put it simply, yeah, you got it. But we do know that something happened in this room. Anyone with a pair of eyes can see that happen, detective. Let's investigate every single nook and cranny. We have to get serious, okay? We'll end up getting arrested as the killer. Yes, I'm aware. I'm well aware. Oh. In order to find out what really happened here in this room, we need to gather whatever information we can. Alright.
I guess we have to look around more.
Have
you looked through that little cabinet in the corner?
This? Yeah, this is where we talk about all the knickknacks.
Okay.
Subordinate of Miss Von Karma, is there any reason why I'm being denied access? My superior clearly stated, don't you dare let anyone near the site, you got it? If I let you examine the site, my superior would get really angry at me. You know, Mr. Edgeworth, I feel really bad for the guy, so why don't we do it as he says? Can we check his desk? Nope. Or maybe. No. I can't step over the dead body. I'm not allowed. Okay. Hey, it's another butterfly! I believe it's the I swear. Motherfucker!
What the fuck? Oh my fucking god.
Pissed. Fuck you.
I don't know why we had to launch it together. It's kind of common sense.
Wow, wait, you're telling me this knife that has a butterfly motif on the handle, and we were told about ornamental knives. You're telling me Babal might have something to do with this. As we stand in the secretariat of Babal's room, burned, and man is dead on the ground. No fucking way.
Holy shit, Francisca.
Francisca, I've busted this case wide open. Greatly resembles the special bubbly species of butterfly.
It does, doesn't it? Plus it says right here.
This knife is property. Now, Francisca, hold on a minute. I think something might be up here.
Edgeworth, you are a fucking idiot.
Perhaps this means that the knife was used in the... Fucking hell!
Oh my fucking god.
Is that the key? Is this the key?
Oh my god.
Alright, now after that revelation... after that fucking... What stopped him from just flipping over the knife and going, oh, look at that.
Fucking 6G chess move right there.
We now know for a fact that the Atagarasu's key was used at this embassy. Furthermore, we found it in the victim, Mr. Cochin's pocket, which leads me to believe that perhaps it is the key to the personal safe in this office. Good thinking, sir. Let's try it out. Why the fuck did they have it 7 years ago? The
I don't
key
know.
that was left to us in the McParker. It literally turned out to be the key to the next piece of the truth. What do we got? There's nothing inside. Do you think the Atagarasu made off with everything, sir? Yes, because what they did is they set this building on fire, murdered a man, unlocked the safe, took everything out, closed the safe, relocked it.
I think there's a fake wall or something in that safe.
And then I see it too, don't fret. But then put the key back into the pocket of the guy who just died. No, detective, I believe all we need is a closer look. What is this here? Seems to me like it's stuck in the safe. Well, right, it won't budge an inch. Not even when I tug on it. It gets bigger when I tug on it, sir.
What the fuck?
You know, it gets a lot bigger if you use someone's mouth. Really? Will you show me? Sure, I'd like to.
Oh my god.
Detective, I think you have it backwards. It's not the paper that's straight. It's the safe. What do you mean? What I mean is that the secret to the safe is that... There's 2 compartments!
2 compartments!
Furthermore, with the unnatural way the paper is stuck at the back of the safe, I'd say that there's an extra bit of space between the back wall of the safe. In other words, this safe has a second compartment. What? My god!
I suppose that you are correct in asserting that the paper is stuck in an unnatural manner. However, if what you say is correct and there is a second compartment, how do we go about opening the door to it then?
Actually, there is one more spot of interest to me on the safe. Yes, and I believe that spot is the keyhole to our mystery second lock. Okay. Chelse?
The safe and its locks. Alright then, since you are so sure of yourself, show me how you deduced your answer. Up, left. Left. Yep, the hole.
This?
Yes.
Okay. There's a hole here, sir. It's a little too oddly shaped for a latch hole. That's a funny shape for a latch hole, huh? It's shaped kind of like a star, don't you? Oh, you put the knife in there.
Yeah.
There must be some reason for this hole. All right, mate. Listen. It's a you gotta put something into the. Are you listening to me? That's cool that it's the knife and the key both.
Eureka!
Doesn't the shape of this keyhole remind you of something, Francisca?
The shape? It does look very familiar. However, I believe it's simply a latch hole for the safe's lock mechanism. It's just for keeping the door shut, nothing more.
Well, why don't you check this shit out? Mr. Cochin made sure the safe had 2 compartments in order to hide something. Do you honestly think someone like that would allow the keyhole to the hidden half to look so obviously like a keyhole that even the average person could figure it out? Did you just call me average?
You can't be serious!
Listen, I am at least above.
I am fucking perfection, Edgeworth!
It's so weird to me that Francisca's the same age as me.
Are you saying that this hole in the keyhole to the hidden compartment of the safe?
That's precisely what I'm saying. And I will prove to you right now that the Yatsugurasu's key is the key that will open it.
The Yatsugurasu's key? Miles Edgeworth, this had better be a very bad joke.
Well, if you'll just let me do it, you'll get to see if you get to laugh at the funny joke. Very key that will open the second compartment of the safe.
We know that this key opens the first compartment of the safe. But the keyhole you're talking about is of an entirely different shape of that of the key.
Oh my fucking god! I'll show you!
Please, we've been over this knife!
It's the knife! It was originally made to own a card safe like a Dopian embassy. Here's the fact, I opened the door to the safe with us. Let's take a look at the back end of the key.
What are you talking about? Ah!
It appears you come to understand what I'm talking about. When viewed head-on, the knife blade looks exactly the same as the keyhole. It's the key blade. The real function of this knife portion is to act as the key to the hidden portion of the safe.
But that's preposterous.
Well, why don't you let me fucking do it and I'll show you? You fell under my misconception that it was always meant to be a knife. And it still is a knife. Like, trust me, that's a knife. Like, the joke is it's a butterfly knife. That's also a key. Real twisted sense of humor.
I gotta open the safe.
Please, for the love of God.
Inside. Scruffy, open the safe! For the love of God!
Please fucking open it. These items there.
What the fuck is this?
A bunch of fucking.
You're in the way. Now move, Scruffy.
I did think I was in the way.
These pieces of art. They're identical to the ones that have been stolen from various countries around the world.
Oh, fuck. Figured as much. These are treasures this section of the safe was to hide from view. Why the fuck would you hide smuggled art in your goddamn secretariat office?
I don't know.
These fucking idiots. I believe a more thorough examination is required. These are pieces of stolen art from around the world. I wonder how much they're worth, especially this one.
Scruffy, don't touch those valuable pieces of art with your filthy hands. Why, do you have any idea what would happen if one of them were to break?
Is it just me, or did she hit one of the pieces of art just now? Okay. This is the document that thought was stuck earlier. I wonder what it's about. Beats me, sir! Why don't we take a look at it before we give up, Detective? Mr. Coachen's name is written here on the last page. Oh, wait, see how it says 1 and 3? We have the second page already. I wonder what the significance of this document is.
Yes.
Take a good look at these documents, Francisca. Now tell me, do you know how to count to 3?
It says that there are 3 pages in total, and yet there are only 2 here.
Correct. Now take a look at the smuggling activity document in your possession. Tell me if is it possible that your page was taken from this set of 3?
Well. It certainly looks that way.
Look at that fake language that doesn't exist.
I know.
By putting our multi-part puzzle together, we seem to have arrived at an answer. And it seems that you have found what you were looking for.
Yes, and with this it has become crystal clear.
Man, I'm sure you're glad that this smuggling ring has a really good bookkeeper.
That's Mr. Coachin himself was responsible for the mass smuggling of Balbalis ink.
What?
What?
Bubbly's ink?
Balbalis ink is a special product of the Republic of Babal. However, due to a special reason, only a limited volume of it ever exported.
I can't wait for the special remit to be like, oh yeah, if we put too much of it on a plate, it'll explode! And that reason is?
That's classified. It's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. In any case, it seems that the head of the smuggling was our victim, Mr. Manny Cochin.
His base was in an embassy, thus it was hard for both our country and his to interfere, making it the ideal conditions under which to run a smuggling operation.
But it's so frustrating. I lost the person I was to rain judgment down upon with my whip of justice.
Well, even if he is dead, we still have a responsibility to look into his misdeeds.
You expect me to whip a dead man? Well, I'm not interested.
Francisca, you must know that Manny Cochin was the suspect in the KG-8 incident.
Of course I know, on top of being the head of the smuggling ring. There's a matter of what really happened in that case that needs to be resolved.
Okay.